So, question is, what am I thinking today? Well, I'm thinking that taking a break from Lisa should be easier than it is. It should involve less talking about the same stuff. Um, it's hard to know what to say. I definitely am just so tired. I'm just so done with the same stuff. It's like there are minimum standards. Those minimum standards should include stuff like telling the truth more than 30% of the time. Um, I guess the real deal is the more I talk to Lisa, the more it seems like every time I talk about anything that needs to change, she just makes excuses for why it doesn't have to change. The other day, she actually talked to me about lying. She said that lying's a natural human reaction. When you feel like you're pressed into a corner, it's natural to lie. Everybody does it. I was like, how often do you think I lie to you? And she says, I don't know, but if I did know, I wouldn't make such a big deal out of it like you do. Is that the very definition of codependent? Like, I'll support you when you're screwed up and you'll support me when I'm screwed up? I don't know. But, so I've stopped taking excuses. But it just seems like that's kind of ramped up the excuse maker. I don't know. This whole thing of just writing and talking and just presenting the parts of it that make people feel like, oh, poor you. I mean, what's the point of going on and on about, oh, my life is so hard, everything's so sad, it's so hard, if it's so hard because you won't stop lying? I mean, lying about stuff doesn't work. Lying about stuff and just not even being willing to try. Lisa wrote Tad an email that said, "Hey, Alan keeps sending me messages or Alan left me this message that he really wants you to contact him." This is Alan Spohn who gets drunk and yells at her on her answering machine all the time. She says, "I don't want anything to do with Alan ever again." We talk about this every so often, and finally I say, "Look, I'm tired of hearing about Alan. If you don't want to deal with him, don't." She's like, "Well, how can I do that?" You keep answering the phone when he calls. Give him a personalized ringtone. Give him an ex-boyfriend song. Like My Ex-Boyfriend Sucks. There's a good song. She does that. Okay. That seems like, hey, now I don't ever have to listen to him, she says. Okay, that makes some sense. But then why is she offering to deliver a message from Tad, my no longer friend who's crazy? Like, a little bit of consistency would be nice. You would think that if a major issue in your life is being perceived as not being honest because you're lying all the time, you might try to make it as easy on yourself as possible to be just straightforward and tell the truth. Yeah, it's like it's weird. It's just so weird to sit there and say things like, "Look, we haven't talked for 2 days," and then you start talking to me, and within an hour, you're telling me stuff that's not true. But I love you and I need you and you're the most important thing in the world to me. If I'm the most important thing in the world to you, why is it so hard to be honest with me? If I'm so important, how come there's been so little progress? Like, we've done nothing since we talked about my dead grandmother that it's been non-stop fighting whenever we talk, and nothing is ever resolved. I don't talk to her for 2 days, and so what do we end up with? I mean, what kind of stuff happens? Nothing. It's a little bit of paperwork, but no. Like, priority wise, okay. My nose itches. Weird how videotaping yourself makes your nose itch. So, I'm thinking, I'll keep my eye on this.